Heidi, hey, how's it going? My name is Lauren May and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing my yearly what I learnt this year as well as an end of year recap. So I'm going to do that part first because I've done so much this year and it's been a whirlwind, so I kind of wanted to go over it, maybe some highlights of footage from the year, and yeah, just like reflect. This is a time of reflection. So let's get straight into it. So I've just got my laptop on my lap just so I can remember the things that I have done this year because there's been a lot. First off, I turned 22. That's cool. I got to play Taylor Swift all day long and it was great. My friend, one of my close friends, she got married in February. That was really cool. If you recall my Get Ready With Me video, that was for her wedding. I also got a tattoo in February, or 3, so there's my wrist one. I have a video, I can link that to you. I can link that for you, but I might have some photos and footage that you are seeing on the screen right now. I went to a concert that I've been wanting to go through for a while. I cut my hair to raise money for the Variety, the children's charity. I used to have like really long hair, as you can see in my videos, and I cut it just in time for my Europe trip, and that brings us to my Europe trip. I went to Europe. I went there for the first time. I went to London and Paris and Switzerland and Italy and Germany and Amsterdam and Greece and Sweden, and it was just an amazing 5 weeks. So much happened there. I went on a cruise. I was on a top deck. Oh, it was just amazing. There's so many things that I could just recap from that trip, but we're talking about the whole year, so I'm moving on. So some of the not so great things that happened this year: when I came home from Europe, I came home to an empty house. And although that's not a terrible thing in and of itself, when you've been with people for 5 weeks straight, when you've never been alone, you were always around people, talking and living with people, and then you come home to an empty house for 10 days, and you are still getting over jet lag, and your social life doesn't quite match up with everyone else's because they've got plans because you've been away. It was a very lonely time, and that hit hard, a lot harder than I thought it would. It sounds so superficial, but it was just a really hard time for me to readjust back into day-to-day life, especially because I had been hyping up this Europe trip for over a year, and then it was over, and then I was like, everything that I had been putting off, pushing to the side, oh yeah, I'll deal with that when I get home, that kind of slapped me in the face as well, and it was a lot. So that was definitely one of the hard parts of 2019. I house sat for a little bit of my friends. I went to this concert thing. It was like a country festival thing where there's like bull riding and like competition-y kind of things. But the first night there's this concert, and I went there and I was listening to the guy performing. I'd never heard of him before. I was like filming one of the songs that he was performing because I knew my friend knew it and loved it, and I was going to send it to her. And this guy on stage stole my phone and recorded himself on stage while holding my phone. It was really bizarre and cool, and I have some footage of that, so I will post this here.
About as far as she would let me go. Her evaluation of my cowboy reputation has been begging for salvation all night long. So I took her out, keeping throne, introduced her to my own bird dog, and I sang through really nothing long I could think of. What? We need love.
So there's this thing in my hometown called the Royal Adelaide Show. It's a huge thing. It happens every September, and it's like a week-long thing, and there's like carnival kind of things, there's like animals, and like it's like this really big thing, and it's awesome, and I try and go as often as I can, but what's been really cool is the last couple of years I've gone on my own, and it's been just a really cool experience for me to, you know, spend time by myself. I went to another concert of this guy. He was on Australia's X Factor. I've liked him ever since, and I was able to go to his concert that he came to our town, and I was able to meet him, and that was really cool. He's a lot shorter in person than I thought, but I have some photos and videos of that I can show right here. The next thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, so I was driving home from work and my car just decides to stop, kaput, stop. It was like 500 meters from my house. Like I could see my house in my, like it was just there. Like my car stopped just before my house, and it was really sad. But called the REA, found out that I need a tow truck, and I've been without a car since. But super exciting news, I'm buying my car this Saturday. I bought it, but I'm picking it up on Saturday and I'm so excited. It's yellow, and if you know anything about me, yellow is like my favorite color. It's not just a color, it's a lifestyle. Like Adeline Morin is my spirit animal. Like I am her, we are one, and yellow is part of that. So I'm so excited to have a yellow car. It's the best thing ever. So that's a super exciting thing that's happening in 2019. Yeah, so that's kind of a quick-ish recap of this year. I'm just gonna share a couple things that I've learned over the year. There's probably been more, but these are the things that I can recall and that I learned the most from. Number one of what I learned this year: the length of a friendship does not determine how deep and how genuine the friendship is. Now, I'll put some context to that. I've had a little bit of friendship issues over the last year, and it's been a bit hard, but I saw these two quotes and I think that kind of sums up what I just said a little bit more. So there's a bit more context, but the first one is, friendship isn't about who you've known the longest, it's about who walked into your life and said, I'm here for you, and proved it. And the second quote is, you can meet somebody tomorrow who has better intentions for you than someone you've known forever. Time means nothing. Yeah, that's something I've definitely learnt and had to figure out how I feel about this year. The second thing that I've learned this year is that you have to be super intentional with your actions and behaviors when you're trying to give up a bad habit. So this year, one of my goals has been to kick this bad habit that I had. And this year I was more intentional. I was more specific about the ways that I was going to give it up. And in doing that, I've actually been able to kind of not do it anymore. Definitely not as often as I did it before. So I definitely learned how important it is to always be intentional about those sorts of things, especially when you want to get rid of bad habits. So that is my year in a recap. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what the highlight of your 2019 has been. If you want to check out any of my other what I learned this year videos, there's a playlist as well. I'll link that down below. If you would like to subscribe, the button's down below as well. You can find out all the cool random things that I like to post. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and don't forget to hug someone today. Bye!